Hi, it's Yomi here from Nigeria Diaspora Retiree. And over the next 6 weeks, I have decided to be posting locations, particularly in Lagos, but also other places, locations that I think would be suitable for people from the diaspora who are thinking of spending part of their time in Nigeria. So, and what I would do is I'll be getting my driver to drive around because I'm actually still in the UK, but I'll be getting my driver to drive around a number of these places, and we will look at the area. And today we'll be starting with a hidden jewel that I think a number that the diaspora should look at, and that hidden jewel is Ebute Metta. So watch the video, watch the drive around Ebute Metta. We're starting from Sabo, going down Borno Way, going down Simpson Street, and then Old Yaba Road, and it gives you a feel of Ebute Metta as a place to live. Watch it, and at the end, I will briefly talk about the pros and cons of living in Ebute Metta and also the costs. So watch and observe. enjoy the drive around? Let's get straight to it. So, the cost, what are the costs of a typical two-bedroom flat in that part of the Ebute Metta? It ranges from 1.5 million to about 3 million, obviously naira, and the higher the price, the more the specs. So, 1.5 million naira is about £75. That's per year. 3 million naira is around £1,500 per year. That's just over £100 a month. So it's something to be considered. There is also another place around in Ebute Metta called Costain. Well, you're on the border of Ebute Metta, and you have some gated communities there, and those will be a bit more. They will be on the upper end of say 2.5 to 3 million naira per year. So anyway, what would I say are the pros? The pros of Ebute Metta: affordability. You won't need to use a lot of your pension income, your retirement income, while you are living in Ebute Metta. It's affordable. It's also connectable. There's connectability. It's central. It's at the tip of the mainland, so it's very accessible to get into the island, Lekki, VI, Ikeja, Ikoyi, and also it's very easy to get to other parts, interesting parts of the mainland. Um, Surulere, Ikeja, Magodo, etc. It's very easy to get through. And those of you like me that have been now living in Lagos would know that the road, traveling by road, has become much better because of the road networks. Anyway, so that's a pro. Another good pro is the social life. It's a very diverse, economically it's diverse. So you got mixed social life, and because you also have a middle class there, you do have decent number of decent supermarkets. It's close to Yaba market, one of the biggest markets. They got cinema. They got some very good nightlife. So you got a decent social life. And as I said, because of its locality, you can always drive into Lekki, VI, Ikoyi, Ikeja. Um, for me, one of the big pluses, and if I wasn't living in Badagry, I would consider this Ebute Metta. It's the main railway terminal is actually situated in Ebute Metta. I think it's called Bank Anthony Moboli Johnson Station, and you can get trains there direct to Ibadan Abekuta. And I like trains, so I travel on them. Like once every 2 months. I take a long weekend to Ibadan and Abekuta. And also you've got the red line that goes to all the way from Oyimbo to the beginning of Alagbado in Ogun State, and that could be a nice little journey for you. Yep. And continuing on the transport hubs, you've got Jibo, which you get all the luxury coaches to other parts of Nigeria, and it's easier to access the airport as well. Um, they've also got a good network of private, affordable medical facilities. And yeah, so I would say Ebute Metta is a very good place for the diaspora to consider. And if you're coming for the first time, I would say there are decent hotels that um, you can spend a week there to get the feel. To be honest, I would say the major drawback is that if it rains, some of the streets can get a bit flooded. And in Lagos, if streets get flooded, you're going to have a lot of traffic congestion. But that is not regular, but it is a drawback. And also, some people may say it's a bit too uh, down to earth for them. It's a bit too local. They want the more high posher end. So this is definitely not the high class end of Lagos. Um, Crime wise, as I said, I spend a lot of time there. It hasn't got, it's not a lot of crime. Obviously, you'll be careful about pickpocketers if you're having a lot of items around you. But generally, there's not a lot of crime, and also it's got a good police station as well. So probably that prevents a lot of crime there anyway. Um, and I would say actually probably there'll be more pickpocketing in places like Ikeja and Lekki, where you have more wealthy people anyway. So yeah, so that was the looking at Ebute Metta. Hope you enjoyed it. Um, any of you that are going in the not too distant future, from October, I'll be back and I can arrange little tours in the area for you. But until next week, when we'll probably be looking at Surulere, take care and enjoy.